Well, Trevor, it's happened. I've won the little bet between us. You said later on in the year, and I said July. I've won. Yes. He's called the election.
Well, I will explain a little bit later. Won't be long because it's a very short one tonight, as you know, sir.
Yes, and I like short ones.
Oh, I do. Yeah. Pernod and lemonade, my short ones.
Right. Okay. Well, hot off the press. We saw it. We witnessed it. It was all going on through today. Emergency cabinet meeting at 4:15 p.m. And then he came out and gave
Yes, I did. I was listening to it intently.
And he gave his press conference in the rain.
In the rain. Hey, okay. Doesn't the rain pour on the righteous?
Oh.
Is that the saying? I think it's something like that.
No, when it rains, it pours. That's the saying.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it certainly poured anyway, so it's going to cost him for his dry clean. Well, why'd you call it dry clean? Anyway, now I'm convinced on about our little bet, sir. I'm absolutely convinced that he faced a leadership challenge, honestly.
You think so?
I really think, and I'll tell you why as well, because I said all along it would be September or October of the year when it's called. I've said that for over 18 months.
You did. And I said July. Remember now, I said July.
You did. And I said, unless he gets under pressure.
Oh, you didn't get that get out of jail card. I didn't give you that.
I think he did. And all the cons, they're not very happy when they're coming out of there. All the cons are against him calling it now.
Yes.
With one Tory insider. Sorry, I can't get it out. I'm not excited. One Tory insider has claimed that many good people are going to lose their jobs now because Sunak, has given up.
Yes.
Well, I don't think he's given up. I think
he was very sincere in that speech. He was very sincere. Either that or he is very, very good with his media look now. I mean, don't forget, he had people at the gate baying at him with the music. Things can only get better.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's debatable.
And he got soaked. Did you see how wet he was?
Yeah, well, what a shame. Never mind.
And he didn't bat an eyelid. He just kept on. I'm just wondering whether his speech was disintegrating before his eyes, just like his career is about to do. I mean, let's face it now. Let's face it. 20 points behind in the polls. Okay?
Yes, and it's been like that for a long while, hasn't it?
Yep. He's presided within a party, not just him, but he's presided within a party that have had that many scandals, have caused that many problems economically, that it's pretty hard to polish the proverbial. But his scriptwriter did a pretty good job for the Conservative faithful, don't you think?
Yeah. I tend to agree with that for the Conservatives faithful. Yes, I do tend to agree with that. But I've just seen Keir Starmer as well. He's give out his conference and he's saying, change. We need change. We're going to get change. Oh, believe me, you are going to get change. Yeah, and I'm not saying you're going to like it.
No.
But here we go. It's all right.
Look at everything that's been going on. You know, the waspy women with the pensions. We look at the scandal, the blood scandal that's gone on. Look at the 97. Look at everything that's been going on. The post office scandal. So much time disappeared before they actually got down to doing things. It's very damning. And the biggest one, the NHS. It's terrible.
The NHS, as regards to scandals, there are more scandals than I can ever remember. But those scandals actually do go over a few governments, don't they?
They do.
The Conservatives, I know they've been in for 14 years, but they can't.
But why didn't they do anything about it, Trevor?
Well, no. That's another question. But I'm just saying they didn't preside over every single one of them. I mean, only probably 99% of them. You know, they did have a couple that sort of dragged over 2 or 3 parliaments. But yes, they're the ones in power for 14 years, and what have they done about it?
They turned a blind eye to a lot of them, and they just kicked it into the long grass.
Well, I want to know where this... I know there is no money tree in politics. We've been told that 1,000 times. There is no money tree. But they keep kicking it, don't they?
Oh, yeah, and all of a sudden they find the money.
They fined 10 billion. You've got a 10 billion.
No,
kitty.
they were told. They were told. I have to disagree with you there, sir, and I'm sorry to cut in, but
Yeah, go on.
the Bank of England advised him, the Chancellor, Jeremy Hunt,
Yeah.
they advised him that there was no fiscal room for a 10 billion giveaway for him in his autumn statement. So basically, that's a negative. So he didn't have the money. Also, if he left it over the summer, how many more immigrants are we going to get over the channel?
Sorry to just bring that up again, Mr. Landlord, but what I was on about was the 10 billion for the blood payments.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, what I'm saying is they've shaken the tree again and they found another 10 billion to pay out for the infected bloods, which is excellent. Of course it is.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, where do they keep finding this money tree?
Well, there are people dying on a weekly basis.
On a weekly basis, exactly.
So it makes sense from that point of view, although it's evil, for the situation to be prolonged because there are less people to compensate. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, but they still have to, as they have cleared up, actually, they've said we will compensate the infected and the affected. Which
all right, okay, that's honourable.
So that might cover that. But, I mean, he's kicked that in his back heel, that one. Lovely, Anna, because now he's called the election and we all know who's going to get in.
Yeah.
So he's back heeled to it. Onto the first thing Labour are going to do is find 10 billion to pay out because he said the payments will be made by the end of the summer. Well, they're not going to be in by the end of the summer, are they? So it's for Labour to deal with.
Well, this whole election is Labour's to lose. They're on a home run without doing anything because it's so damning. The Conservative reign over the past 14 years has got...
Don't mention rain.
has got so many negatives about it that basically this election is Labour's to lose. Now, I'm not a big fan of Starmer, and I haven't really heard the Labour plan. Have you?
No, there's nothing. No, they're just absolutely saying nothing so that they don't basically upset anybody.
Yeah, that's it.
They're not saying anything because they know, as you say, it's theirs to lose. Why would they bother saying anything? They don't need to do.
Yeah. Now, if this general election gets people off their backsides to get them out to vote, we'll be able to draw a lot of inferences and a lot of information about this election and about what this country really thinks of the democratic system. And I think it's important that we should encourage everybody to get out and vote.
Yeah, I'd be tempted to say that as well. And I, as you know, I actually campaign for MVM, which is Make Votes Matter.
Yeah.
I am actually a campaigner to change the voting system in this country.
Yeah.
And I have it on pretty good authority that Labour are considering looking at that for the simple reason that if you look over history over the last 106 years, I think it is, that the Conservatives have got the monopoly of the power over those years.
Yeah.
And Labour are actually looking at proportional representation.
Well, if they do, that would be absolutely fabulous.
Well, I think so.
Well, that could be like the bells in Parliament, couldn't it? The bells.
Yes,
We're
well,
calling
yes.
it. We're going to have...
Bells, because it's certainly full of, well, I was going to say hunchbacks, but...
We're going to have an election.
Yes.
That rings a bell. Well, anyway, we're going to go. We've had a few words about that. I'd like to thank you very much for coming on and having a chat about it and giving us your thoughts. And I'm sorry for interrupting you there once again. And Stats wasn't able to make it on this podcast, but no doubt that he will have something to say about it, if not derogatory about the Conservatives, because he's not happy with them whatsoever.
I nearly come out with a very rude joke, and actually it nearly slipped out by accident.
Don't let it come out. Don't let it come out. This has been a nice podcast so far.
It's only about Quasimodo and Esmeralda.
The bells.
So I thought, well, I mean, she misheard him. He misheard him when he said something, but I can't say what. Not on a family show. But anyway.
Well, the election's here. We're very happy. Change is coming. I'm not saying it's going to be great, but we did need change.
Yes, we definitely need change. I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
But like I say, I really don't think anything's going to change in the real terms.
Yeah, I would agree.